Good evening. Here is iPower 102.7 FM News at 7. I am Akin Adebayo. The headlines. Former Ondo Speaker calls for unity among aspirants. Femi Otedola debunks funding Dangote refinery. On the foreign scene, Iran threatens US over Strait of Hormuz. And in sport, Martin O'Neill reveals Kelechi Iheanacho. Details of this and more in a moment. Please stay tuned. Glad to have you back. And now the news in details, starting from Ondo State. Amid activities leading to the Ondo State National and State Assemblies primaries in ruling All Progressive Congress APC, a former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Jumoke Akindele, has called for mutual understanding and decorum among contenders. She also opted to meet with all the agreed contenders soon to bring about amicable resolution. Akindele, who was the Speaker of the 7th and 8th Assemblies and also a leading crusader for a party cohesion and mobilization in Ondo State, particularly sought cooperation with the leadership of the state governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, as it meant well for all party members. Ahead of the 2027 general elections, the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, has endorsed President Bola Tinubu for a second term. The endorsement was part of resolutions reached at the Association's 54th Expanded National Executive Council meeting held in Abuja. The meeting, chaired by ALGON National President Bello Lawal, was attended by members from the 36 states and Federal Capital Territory, as well as past leaders of the association. The motion to endorse Tinubu was moved by former ALGON President Alabi David and seconded by the Plateau State ALGON Chairman Anani Mohammed. The chairman of First Bank Holdings, Femi Otedola, has dismissed claims that he is part of the financier of the Dangote refinery. It could be recalled by the chairman of United Bank of Africa, Tony Elumelu, Femi Otedola, and the chairman of Globalcom, Mike Adenuga, had financed the Dangote refinery. However, the Dangote refinery had dismissed the claim as false, also reacting to the development. Otedola clarified that the purported claims are completely and utterly false. About 11 people have been killed in an attack by suspected bandits in Kankai local government area of Katsina State. The Katsina State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Dr. Nasir Murazu, confirmed that the notorious bandit leader, Muhammadu Fulani, had mobilized fighters and was advancing towards strategic bridges in the area. A joint security team, led by the divisional police officer in Kankai, intercepted the group, engaging them in a fierce gun battle. However, the attackers later regrouped and launched a fresh assault around midday on Gwangoro village in Gwaza Kunduru ward, where 11 civilians were killed in what authorities described as a retaliatory strike. This news at 7 is coming to you from iPower 102.7 FM in Relay Hour. Still to come on the foreign scene, Iran threatens US Strait of Hormuz. And in sport, Martin O'Neill reviews Kelechi Iheanacho.
Whether you're tuning in for breaking news, in-depth analysis, or community updates, iPower 102.7 FM remains your most trusted source. Because when it comes to news, the truth matters. iPower FM 102.7.
To be a part of our program, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok at iPower1027. We are also on Radio Garden. Now to the foreign scene. Tension between Senegalese leaders have come to the fore as Senegal President Bassirou Faye sent a message to Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko. Speaking with newsmen, Faye warned of excessive personalization, saying the party risks being destroyed if its participants don't change course. Sonko has a passionate following among the country's disaffected youth, with whom his Pan-African anti-French rhetoric struck a chord ahead of the 2026 presidential election, but he was barred from running and instead backed Faye, who later appointed him prime minister. Still on the foreign scene, Iran military has said it will attack United States force if they attempt to approach or enter the Strait of Hormuz. The warning came after US President Donald Trump announced a naval mission dubbed Project Freedom to guide stranded ships out of the Strait of Hormuz, with operations set to begin in the coming hours. Iran's foreign minister says it is assessing a response from Washington to at least 14-point proposal to end the war, even as Trump had called Tehran's proposal unacceptable. And now in sport, Celtic interim head coach Akin O'Neill has said the club is yet to make a decision on the future of Nigerian striker Kelechi Iheanacho. Iheanacho joined the Hoops on the free transfer last summer after he was released by La Liga club Sevilla. The 29-year-old has struggled with injuries since his arrival at the Celtic Park, which initially cast doubt on his future at the club. O'Neill said the most important thing is for Iheanacho to keep improving his fitness. To end the iPower 102.7 FM news at 7, let's take another look at the main points. We told you in the course of the bulletin that amid activities leading to the Ondo State National and State Assemblies, primaries in the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, a former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Jumoke Akindele, has called for mutual understanding and decorum among contenders. We also informed you that the chairman of First Bank Holdings, Femi Otedola, has dismissed claims that he is part of the financier of the Dangote refinery. On the foreign scene, Iran's military has said it will attack United States forces if they attempt to approach or enter the Strait of Hormuz. And in sport, Celtic interim head coach Martins O'Neill has said the club is yet to make a decision on the future of Nigerian striker Kelechi Iheanacho. And that was the iPower 102.7 FM News at 7, as edited by Olukemi Ajibola. I am Akin Adebayo. Thanks for listening. Good evening.